This example illustrates the usage of SUMIF. In this setting, there's a restaurant rating agency who is rating 10 restaurants. Each restaurant is evaluated on 3 criteria: food, service, and environment. They also indicate whether they want to be included in the final published rating or not. The weights for the 3 criteria are 40, 30, and 30% for each. First of all, let's compute the weighted score for each of the restaurants. Let's do this more efficiently, so we'll use Control-Enter with one formula. For each of the restaurant, we could use sum product because the weights are fixed and each of the scores are nicely laid out. So we just need to type the formula for one of them. So I'll say sum product, and the weights here, because they are fixed, I would also use absolute reference. And for the first one, I just select the first row and close the parenthesis, Control-Enter. So that's the weighted score for each of the restaurants. Now, the criteria for the restaurants is if one restaurant is over 80%, we could give a star rating. So to do that, we could have used a COUNTIF. Let's say COUNTIF those scores, and the criteria would be quotes and end quote greater than 80, and we would have got 5. However, this does not take into consideration whether a restaurant wants to be included or not. So in order to take that into account, we need to use SUMIF. So here's how you use SUMIF. SUMIF has the following argument. First of all, still the array of scores, still the same criteria, but for those cells that satisfy this criteria, we are going to utilize this binary 0101 to sum those who like to be included. How many of them are over 80? Okay, so let's see that. So indeed, it shows that these are different, which means that SUMIF has correctly identified restaurants that are both over 80 and are willing to be included.